Oh boy, how are you folks? Welcome to another episode of the Josh Potter Show. Good to be here, good to see you. Oh my lord, thank you to each and every Roach that came out to Chicago. Gonna get back there again ASAP. I love Chicago. I might live there forever someday. Might be where the Roach decides to die. Might go, you know what? I'm gonna spend my final years in Chicago. Just love the city more than anything. And I can't wait. Can't wait.
I hate Chicago.
I know, we're going to talk about it, but I love it so much, and I am so thankful that if you came, Unlimited Case Man was there, an all-time Roach. The Dimples and the Beard guys were there, all-time Roaches. So many guys shaking hands, loving the pod. Love you all very much. Thank you for coming. And if you want to come see me in your city, go to thejoshpotter.com. Going to be in Washington, D.C. on May 30th. Going to be in Emmaus, Pennsylvania at the Emmaus Theater with Tim Butterly. That's going to be happening the day after, May 31st. Got June dates as well. Going to be in Houston in June and a bunch of other ones. Again, thejoshpotter.com is where you go. joshpottershow@gmail.com is where you email me all your articles, all your music, the way Griff Parker has here, and let me know how you're doing. I'd love an influx of articles. I've really you guys do such a good, some weeks I have too many, and then some weeks I'm like, where are all the articles? And sometimes I have to bank an episode. That's when it gets real hairy. So just know the Roach could use an influx. Had so many people sent in articles this week of the same article. I had literally 24 people send the same article, and we'll get to that in a little bit. What else should I let you know about? Well, our guest today is here. You know her from her podcast. You love her very much. A Roachie Award winner for Guest of the Year. She won the Chase O'Donnell Award. It's Sara Weinshenk, folks from this and the Shank Pods. Hello, welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Oh, plug all the things, Sarah.
Well, you can find me on Instagram at Princess Shank. That's where all my show dates are. I am going to be at Skankfest in September. I'm going to be at DC Comedy Loft in November with Kim Congdon. And then more dates soon, I'm sure. I will be in Austin over the summer. And you can find all my stuff at Princess Shank. And you can find me every Monday on this and every Wednesday on Shank. And that's it.
My vape was clogged.
Patreon.com/Sara Weinshank. I'm just going to keep promoting myself until Potter's coughing fit passes.
You know how sometimes it gets clogged? I've been traveling a bunch, so it was going through the ringer, this guy. And it was clogged, and so I pulled it real hard, and a little something just went, stabbed me.
No. Mm-hmm. You declogged your vape. I can't believe how much you love Chicago, dude.
It's literally my vibes in a giant city. If you take, New York's not my vibe. LA, I live here, is not my vibe. I never wanted to go to New York. It's too much for me.
Yeah, I get
And I'll admit it. Maybe I'm a weak, whatever. Call me whatever you want. You New York comic. But maybe I'm a little bitch about it. I don't like the fact that you live in a human filing cabinet and there's people all around you at 3 feet, it seems all the time. I can't stand that. I hate New York.
What is it that you like about Chicago?
Oh, it's Midwest. It's just there's so many pretty girls.
That's what I don't like about it. It's the Midwest.
Yeah, it's great. There's amazing restaurants, amazing bars, just like all your major cities. But it also has just a home vibe to it. And I know there's people out there go to the Chirac Reddit page. Oh, there's violence there. Guess what? I live in Los Angeles. I know that Chicago's a little bit peaked in that way, but it's a certain area, okay? I don't plan on living there. So don't worry about it. What are you looking up? Don't look up the Chirac stuff.
I was looking up Chicago versus LA, which is more violent.
Oh, no, it's definitely Chicago. But do check it out. I want to see how much more. Because I looked at a list of violent cities recently, and none of the major cities were on it. Because you have to take into terms violence versus population, I do believe. So tell me what you can't stand. I like that there's 4 seasons. Winter.
Not me.
Yeah, you don't like that. You went during the winter time. I went during a beautiful day in May. Now, I would have loved the winter regardless, but I think if you went just this past weekend like I did, you would have be singing a different tune.
I mean, the most exciting thing I did in Chicago was the Museum of Ice Cream.
Yeah, but they've got, what do you do here? What do we do here that's so exciting?
There's the beach, there's the desert, there's the mountains.
Beaches?
But what are the beaches?
It's a lake. It's a lake beach, but it's a beach.
That's not a beach. A lake beach is not a beach.
I bet you if you blind
lake people are weird. Lake and river rats, nah.
No. A lake is this is the Great Lakes. You don't even. I bet you. I'm venturing to guess.
I've seen one Great Lake.
Which one?
I don't know.
Well, you were in Chicago,
I
so
was
yeah,
in Wisconsin.
same one. I think that's Superior.
Yeah, that'll
Michigan.
do.
I'm an Erie fella.
Oh, big Erie.
Lake Erie guy over here.
Really?
Yeah, that's where I grew up. I used to be able to hit 6 irons into Lake Erie from my favorite apartment I ever owned.
I didn't know you were going to become so passionate about Chicago, the Great Lakes. Like, what about the deep dish? Disgusting.
Well, I'm not a food guy anyway. You're not going to dissuade me by talking about the deep dish.
Well, they push it on you.
You ever have an Italian beef? That's something that's exciting. I don't care about. See, this is the conversations that devolve when you're talking about geographic places you live in. It's like, do they have burritos there? It's who gives a shit. Make a burrito if you want one so bad. I think here's the thing. I did say good restaurant. There are good. I mean, there's good restaurants everywhere. But I mean, like our friend Phil. You know, Phil, he has 2 restaurants there, I think, that are like the craziest restaurants in America. I mean,
what are they? Which ones?
I don't remember the names. Come on, don't do that to me. But I know he was telling me about them the other day.
Philip
Franklin Lee. He's I mean, you've heard all about him, folks, if you listen to any other podcast that a comedian does.
I think he does have a Sushi by Scratch there.
He does have a Sushi by Scratch there, but there's another one too, I thought.
Maybe Pasta Bar?
There's a Sushi by Scratch there for sure.
Yes. I thought he said that I had a drunken conversation with him during the Netflix festival where he was telling me about them. I wish I could have gotten a chance. I was literally doing podcasts and shows the whole 48 hours I was there, but I was also, walking around in I don't know. It's such a wonderful vibe.
Yeah, walking on the street.
Yes, it's the best. I feel like you know what it is? It feels like Buffalo, but bigger. With skyscrapers and stuff.
Well, so are you going to move to Chicago?
I'm not. I literally flew back home going, I think I'm going to move to Chicago. I don't think I'm going to do it anytime soon, but
what?
I could. Chicago has been added to a list, to the list of where do I want to die? But it goes Buffalo, then maybe Chicago.
I don't like that you're putting together a list of the places that you wouldn't mind dying in.
Well, isn't that what these people that are I'm retiring to Miami? It's you're going to die in Miami then. That's what you're doing.
I don't know where I want to die.
Well, I mean, that's
You're
fine.
the second guy I've talked to today who's been talking about where he wants to go to die.
Who's the other one?
My friend Kevin was I don't want to die in Los Angeles.
Sorry, I don't know how that
And
happened.
I'm like, why don't people want to die in LA? I think I'm going to die in LA. I
definitely don't want to die here. I mean, if I'm still here when I'm old, either I got real successful or I got real stuck. I don't want to be here. I'd rather live in, but there's no show business. At least in Chicago, there's 3 comedy clubs, 4, you know what I'm saying?
What about Palm Springs?
No.
I'll be an old leathery lady.
I'm not moving to the Floridas. Are you kidding me? My cousin moved there and he tries to talk up Florida like it's this magical land. And I'm just we have different sensibilities.
Well, Palm Springs is in California.
Oh, I thought
You're thinking Palm Beach or
yes,
something.
Yes.
I thought I heard Palm Beach. I just want to become an old desert rat witch. My hair is super long. It's gray. My skin is leathery. I'm wearing turquoise.
Yeah,
I see that.
Palm Springs are, I think, a Scottsdale. That is a total your Chicago.
Scottsdale?
Or I guess that was a poor city choice. Somewhere in Arizona you find opulent. Sedona. There we go. Okay, that's California.
Just
also,
microdosing on the rocks.
Yeah, I mean, I think just desert stuff is your Chicago.
But I don't like how we're thinking about the places we're going to die in.
We're getting old. We have to.
What? Are we that old? Are I that old?
This is my midlife crisis. This is my
midlife crisis too. I've been telling you I'm feeling existential, and then you come on here and go, have you thought about where you want to die lately? It's what?
I'm sure the folks on this, in my, the roaches out there are sick of hearing me come to grips with my aging, but this is my midlife crisis. I'm not like one of these guys who's I have to grasp at my youth. Oh my God, it's slipping through my fingers. I've acknowledged that it's left me, and I'm already planning. All right,
the decline.
Now it's time to die. I can't be a fuck monster out there anymore. I can't go out there and just be fucking around.
Why?
I never know which one's going to be my last. I get a bad one. I got to really savor the fucks
Don't say
now.
that. Don't say that you have to savor the fucks because you don't
I'm
know
not getting laid.
You're acting like you're 85.
I feel like I am.
But you're not.
I know I'm not, but I mean, I look like I am.
Where do you want to go to live, not to die?
Chicago. I mean, Chicago. I live in Chicago.
You want to have
I live
a family
Buffalo.
in Chicago?
Yes, that's another thing. The family thing. I didn't want to be gay about it, but also there's that aspect.
It makes more sense if you lead with the gay aspect.
I know that we're doing an entertainment program, and I was like, I don't want to be on here and be like, I hope to have a family someday, like a queef.
I do it all the time.
On your podcast, though?
People know. People know I'm trying to get knocked up.
The week.
In a responsible way.
It's easier for you.
Why? Just because I have to get
your
jizzed
gender,
in?
not your gender in general. I'm just saying you than me. We are exceptions for our gender in terms of the ease of which to maybe have that happen in the next so many years.
There aren't that many left.
Well, let's cheer up. Let's get some.
Okay.
Beep, 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 beep.
You took me on a dark journey, dude.
Beep, 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 beep.
I was like, do I need to retire?
Beep, beep, beep. Beep, 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 beep. Dee, 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 dee. In Seattle, it rained hot dogs.
What?
This is from Arissa, Josh Potter Show at gmail.com. They did a fun promotion. This is why baseball games are the best.
It rained hot dogs at the game.
We have a video, yes? The Seattle Mariners had a great weekend with lots of highlights, but those mostly came during their 2 wins on Friday and Sunday against the Oakland Athletics. That doesn't mean Saturday's game, which was an 8-1 loss to the A's, had nothing to offer, though. Can we interest you in a video of hot dogs falling from the sky? Let's see it.
I don't know about a hot dog falling from the sky and landing onto me.
Where did it come from? Was there a stork that drops the hot dogs? Was it a cargo plane?
A
did it
t-shirt
look
gun.
like? Did it have remnants of? Did it sort of make people reminisce of what it looked like when Gaza finally got aid recently, when they dropped the cargo boxes from the plane? It does look like Gaza, but it's hot dogs. This is really just mocking our humanitarian efforts in the Middle East right now. This looks like, and the people probably ran over. Do you think the people were more? What's the word? Did they have better etiquette upon the hot dogs falling from the sky than those in Gaza did when it was literally water and other things, do you think?
No, I think the people at the game.
Who had more decorum?
The people in Gaza.
Yeah, let's see if people mauled each other, but I could be wrong.
Fat Americans waiting for hot dogs to fall from the sky.
Now, this is Seattle. They're not that fat there. How
Well, they're
dare you?
depressed.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
You have this.
They have to sit in front of a sun lamp.
You have-
I fucked a guy from Seattle. He had a vitamin D light that he would plug in. And I'm like, why don't you just move somewhere sunny, motherfucker? What's happening?
I love when it's gray out.
I know, but you're also thinking of where you want to go to die.
It's not because it makes me unhappy. I love when it's a gray day. I go outside, I go, oh yeah. I don't know what it is. I feel better. In the sun, I like the sun here and there, it's nice. Oh, a sunny day. It's breezy. It's a cool sunny day. But when it's gray out, I feel like I can thrive. I feel like I'm awake. Anyhow, the hot dog, let's see how they catch them. Can you play the video? You just see people get punched in the head as they fall. Where are they coming from, though? There's no roof on there. Are they throwing them from from a plane of some kind? Is it a drone? I don't know what would be more dystopian if an actual helicopter went over with a
drone.
A drone is scary, right?
Just some guy who bought hot dogs for everyone, just sending them out via drone. I mean, do you think people go more crazy for the hot dogs falling from the sky or the foul balls?
Oh, the hot dogs, for sure. A foul ball, there's some etiquette there. I mean, also it's traveling at a great distance. There are people like me in the world who know that, it's better I don't attempt it.
The foul ball?
Yeah, because it could be traveling at a high velocity. It also, you have to gauge it from maybe a very high altitude. So it's I'm going to let these mouth breathers step over themselves to try and get this thing. There's no chance. Even if I was alone in the stadium, if someone hit a foul ball to me, I'm not certain that I'd be able to catch it, or even want to try, because I would look like a fool and I might even just injure myself. I have one eye. So it's that's just me perhaps, but
That's
I do
all
notice
you need for a hot dog.
Most people aren't ravenous for the foul balls. It's children and drunk guys usually, or if it comes right to you, that's another story. But The hot dogs, I don't know. I think people could be like, ooh, I've seen in arenas people get like they drop little prizes, and everyone seems kind of cordial about it though. But I've always been sitting in a decent section. I can't imagine. That's maybe why they drop them to the let's call them the more expensive seats.
Yeah, they don't drop them to the little poor piggies.
yeah. They're not dropping them in the upper deck.
They're like,
because,
figure it out.
Yeah.
We don't want this to become a Black Friday sale.
Yeah, everyone's there's like, I'll just buy you a hot dog. You know what I mean? It's like, they drop them into the upper deck though, and it's like, give me that fucking hot dog. Yeah, you're getting stabbings happening with plastic instruments and things like that.
I think I would be embarrassed if I went on a date with a guy and he got aggressive over a hot dog.
Falling from the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would want to impress my date by being like, let's just go buy like 10 hot dogs.
Whoa, that is impressive. Daddy Warbucks over here.
The 9 hot dogs, 9 innings challenge, 9 beers, 9 hot dogs, 9 innings. I will attempt it. I don't like eating though. That's the problem. The 9 hot dogs will be, I might not get past 2 hot dogs. I really can do the 9 beers. I wish it was like 18 beers. I wish I could lap the beers because I feel like I have a better chance at, no lie, a better chance at that. I will black out on 18 obviously, but 9 beers, 9 hot dogs. I wish it was 9 anything else instead of like hot dogs though, because I can't stand
9 pieces of pizza.
I just can't stand being full. It's not that I don't like hot dogs. I love hot dogs. Hot dogs are fantastic. I could maybe eat 3. That's a lot for me. I don't
remember when I made a hot dog on an open fire.
Oh my God, Sarah. Yeah. Oh wow. Yes. That was. I think I've tried to black that out because I was concerned for you. The way
Everyone
that you
was talking about how I cooked it the wrong way, and it fucking was the best hot dog I've ever had.
I'm curious if it was, but I don't know. I mean, here's what Sarah did. We were cooking hot dogs over an camping, like over an open fire. You know,
like homeless people,
putting them on a stick and cooking them over the flames. Sarah put hers on the stick and started like rubbing it on the wood in the fire.
And it charred faster than anyone could have imagined.
It had wood on it.
Ash.
It definitely had ash on it.
100%. I hope that's all it had.
The best hot dog.
That's because we were wasted.
No, Josh, it's because I know the secret sauce.
No, I promise that I...
Come to my campsite. I'll make you a doggy.
It was just so concerning watching you rub it on it. I'm like, does she not know that the piece of wood is there? We all stared at you. Like,
I know. They were all staring at me like I was an alien. Kim talks about it often. And I'm like, I didn't think there was anything weird with it.
It was concerning, I will say. But then I was like, well, she likes it, so it's okay.
It tasted great, and I'm alive. Sure, I have splinters in my intestines. But besides that...
You're going to get diverticulitis with wood chips.
That's so fucked.
Oh, boy. Today's Josh Potter Show is brought to us by the great folks over at MACK Weldon. Looking sharp doesn't have to mean feeling uncomfortable. MACK Weldon makes timeless clothing out of performance fabrics so you can look awesome without feeling restricted. Their full range of clothing never goes out of style. From breathable underwear to keep you cool and comfy all day long, to polos, chinos, and sweatshirts. No matter what your day has in store, MACK Weldon has the outfit for you and the outfit you need. And this bad boy right here, a MACK Weldon number. I just put it on because I'm about to go out and I'm about to go do a set. And I wanted to rock some MACK Weldon for the stage because it is just, it's perfect for my style. It's like unassuming. I very much enjoy it. And I like a nice little number here like this one that lets the lettuce out a little bit, you know? The ladies like when you let the lettuce out a little bit. So that's what I'm doing with this guy right here. You can wear it with the buttons on if you want. If you prefer. You want to see it that way? It's just as fancy. Look at that. I can go buttons, tops on, tops off, basically. Top up, top down, like a convertible. Look at that. Top up right now. And MACK Weldon isn't flashy. It's never tacky. And that's what I love about it. It's just looking good. You know what I'm saying? They even have polo, sweatpants, and crew socks, by the way. Bundles, so you can stock up. All those things in a big bundle. Oh, boy, how much do you hate getting the individual one going out? Be like, I have to get a ton of these. Bundle it up, baby, with MACK Weldon. And get some MACK Weldon in your wardrobe and upgrade your look for summer. Get timeless looks with modern comfort from MACK Weldon. Go to MackWeldon.com and get 20% off your first order with promo code Potter. That's MACKWELDON.com, promo code Potter. POTTER. So let's see if there's anything else. Do we have? Oh, there's another video, or did you show both of them and we just caught the different angles? I thought there was Hot Dogs from Heaven. Now, my father used to own a restaurant called Hot Dog Heaven, believe it or not.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Which closed recently, R.I.P. Hot Dog Heaven. He sold it way before it closed, but recently they told me it shut down. Aw, hot dogs. Now, I wish we saw the vehicle in which it came.
Yeah, how is it dispensed?
Yeah, it must be drone. Drones frighten me. I don't like them. And and here's the thing, I used to have an image of drones in my head from war, images where they'd be like, ooh, there's one. They're so tiny looking though. This one looks kind of scary. What if somebody just was like pretending to drop hot dogs to the point where it wouldn't cause chaos in the crowd, but it really was like anthrax?
I don't like that.
I know my head's in a dark place.
You're giving terrorists tips now.
I know. Whoops. Don't YouTube. I was just theorizing. I was hypothesizing. How do they prevent this from happening? I'm sure there's safeguards. But yeah, is there just a guy dropping it off? It is a federal offense to fly an unsanctioned drone near a stadium, though.
Well, isn't it also an offense to fly an unsanctioned drone near like a family? Because I was at the beach recently. I was at the beach recently with my friend and her kid, and the drone was just like over us, and it was making me feel weird.
That's the thing I don't like about them.
It's invasive.
I used to be more scared of the ones that look like little jets, like the war drones. I would imagine, I would put myself in the shoes of a kid in Yemen who's just a kid, you know what I mean? He's not a terrorist yet, and and he's there, he's being a kid, and he sees like this thing in the sky, just be like, and then just be like, like kids were drawing them like they were monsters. Do you know what I mean? They were having nightmares about them and things like that. So I thought like that's got to be the scariest thing as a child, to see literally like something that looks like a metallic dragon launch a missile into like a mosque where like your uncle's over at because he wore a vest one time or something. I don't know what they were, but like so that was the original fear of drones that I had. But then now these little ones are like, I'm like, these things are creepy, dude, and they're tiny. And you hear the little noise of them. You're like, where is it? I hear it. I don't see it because it's like, I want to hit one with a baseball bat.
And then they go home and they unload all their drone footage and they go through it. They're like, this is a sick shot.
Yeah, you're like, and what if they're just like following? Like, what if a drone's just following your ass down? That's the boardwalk?
What I was feeling like. I felt invasive. There's no way that my ass was not on his drone.
Right.
I was standing right there.
I mean, we have plenty. We got another story today about a guy in a bathroom, I think, or it might be on the episode we do with Sophie Buttle next week. Either way, I prepped 2 episodes. Like I'm transparent on this program, folks. I don't mind telling you. I had to tape 2 episodes in 2 consecutive days. I never do that. I never do that. And I'm doing it this time. And I do it here and there because I have to. It's life. All right?
Well, life gives you lemons.
But I try to stay as, current as I can. I just want you to know I put that effort in. But but sometimes you have to do it.
Yeah, lots of times you got to do it.
So I'm drained. So I don't know which stories I gave to her and which I gave to you.
Well, you better figure it out.
That was the lesson of the story. I'm high from this rip because I had to get that unclogged. So... Golly, that was... Well, you want to hear another fun... I'm doing baseball to try and get myself into a good place.
Yeah, please, let's get you into a good place. I don't want to talk about where you're going to die.
JoshPotterShow@gmail.com is where AC sent this video. This is a fun little... it's an announcer clip. I love it. We're probably going to have to cut it out of the episode because MLB is such a fucking cunt when it comes to playing their videos, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, go ahead and play it.
But Brad Hand is no longer here. Pierce Johnson's on the IL, so... It's a solo mission for Master Boney tonight.
Hear what he did there?
Kind of fitting, I suppose.
Master Boney.
Kind of fitting, I suppose. He said Brad Hand, because Brad Hand plays. He goes, he's not on the list. Drake Johnson not here today. Solo mission for Master Boney. I forget. I never can say his name properly.
Master Boney.
Master Boney.
Hand is no longer here. Pierce Johnson's on the IL, so... It's a solo mission for Master Boney tonight.
Master Boney. He's making a...
kind of fitting, I suppose. And he takes a strike at the knees. So he's making a masturbation joke there.
He was?
Yeah, he was saying... Here, listen again. Play it again for it, because I want to hear all the words. Brad Hand. Drake Johnson. Go ahead.
But Brad Hand is no longer here. Pierce Johnson's on the
Pierce
IL,
Johnson,
so
excuse me.
it's a solo mission for Master Boney tonight, which is kind of fitting, I suppose.
All right.
I can't believe he just said that.
Kind of fitting, I suppose. Why is it fitting? Is he going to, after all, Master Boney loves
Masturbating.
jerking off his penis? Ain't that right, partner? Who doesn't?
I mean, do you think that he just was in the zone and he was like, fuck it, I want to be funny?
He's making LOLs, baby. Brad Hand's not here. Pierce Johnson.
It's such a weird LOL to make as an announcer.
Stephanie Penis from the communications department's not on the road trip. Solo mission for Master Boney.
Master Boney.
Master Boney. When he got onto the same team as Brad Hand, everyone was like, "Ha, that is incredible. God is real."
And Master Boney.
That's right, indeed. Well, you know who Scotty Scheffler is? Did you hear all this hullabaloo on Friday about the golf world?
No.
I don't know much about golf. I follow it when it's like
I think I'm going to pick it up.
I follow it when it's like kind of right now's time. You know, a little bit, just like through hearing, because the sports world is a buzz, you know, with all the tournaments and everything. I don't actually know what I'm talking about, but Scotty Scheffler won the Masters, and he's been the top golfer of the season. He's the hot shot right now, and he recently got arrested, which is crazy. And the story was nuts. And I'm more interested in the story than the golf part of it, because it's so wild to me that he got arrested, put into a orange jumpsuit.
What?
And then was golfing in the tournament that day and like crushing it for the record. It was unbelievable. The world's top golfer was being booked and fingerprinted before the second round of the PGA Championship in Louisville, Kentucky, when police officer asked an unusual question. So do you want the full experience today? That's so wild. That this cop was on one. He says he doesn't know who he is, but I'm starting to wonder if that's the case, because he really went like ham on Scotty Scheffler. I don't know how to answer that, Scotty Scheffler told one of the several officers who had now started to razz the Masters champion arrested early Friday in the alleged assault of another officer in a traffic incident. So you hear this. You're hearing Scotty Scheffler, who's like Mr. Goody Two-Shoes, assaulted a police officer on his way to the fucking PGA championship. It didn't make
crazy.
sense. So let's find out exactly what happened, because I don't want to like mince words, but it happened right outside the Valhalla Golf Club. Come on, man. You want a sandwich? The officer at the jail asked during a little light moment on the day started with a tragedy. Sure, I'll take a sandwich, Scheffler said, who had yet to have breakfast. Under place of employment occupation, the Louisville Metro Police Department report for inmate number 00654436 read professional golfer, though officers didn't immediately recognize him. He's outside the golf course. I believe what happened was there was an accident on the road, so they were rerouting traffic, with exception to the golfers, because they had to get in to play that day for the tournament. So the golfers, so he was trying to get in there, and they stopped him, and they were like giving him a hard time. And then there were talks of him like potentially driving away and dragging the police officer, which would have counted as like that incident against a police officer. But I'm not sure if that was corroborated or what, because obviously he was let out 4 hours later. He was charged with felony assault for allegedly dragging a police officer with his car while arriving at the course.
That's crazy,
in the pre-dawn hours. He was handcuffed and taken away in an arrest captured on video that was widely circulated on social media. He took a mug shot in an orange jumpsuit and then rushed back to the course in time to shoot a stellar 500 par. I was at the Barstool offices, by the way. Thanks to the fucking Yak for having me on. I had a fucking blast. The offices are crazy. I love those guys so much. KB and Nick, thanks for extending the invite, and Big Cat for accepting it. So that was awesome. And I was there watching, like, you know, they have sports on there all the time. And you hear people go like, oh, and you're like, what just happened? It's the middle of the day. What event could have occurred? And it was Scotty Scheffler hitting like this crazy birdie after he was just in a fucking orange jumpsuit in a jail cell earlier that day.
That's fucking crazy, dude. So run someone over and then go golf.
Well, that's the thing. I think it was
I think the cop was holding on to the side of his car. So it was like they tried to stop him. It seems like there was like a traffic stop or something. And then like a cop tried to like wave him down, and he was like, no, I'm just turning in to like go to the gym. And the cop was like, no, you're going to stop, and like held onto the car and got dragged by him, and that's
well, or he just like he pulled it and then he like drove away, and the officer I think was like being a fucking hero and was like, you drag me, that's an assault. Because there's no, here's the thing, I could be complete like, this guy's not an asshole, first of all. Second of all,
how do we know?
I mean, because he's
got resting
literally
asshole
like
face. I'm gonna be honest.
The mugshot is wild. Like the fact that they put him in a jumpsuit. I mean, I've been arrested, not for those types of charges, but I mean, they wouldn't, if he did that to the T that the officer describes in at least the initial accusation, he would not be let out of, the other police officers would not let him out of jail. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, they would not have just like let him out to play golf.
But also he's like, I'm just trying to go to fucking work.
I think it was embellished. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I think the cop like embellished it a little bit, and like it'll end up becoming nothing. I mean, like I said, I don't believe that they would have
released him
him and let him play in the PGA Championship 4 hours later. It's crazy. It's like he always knew he was going to get out too, because he was saying like he was stretching in the prison cell. He was just doing his stretches, getting ready, like his pre-workout routine. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Scotty Scheffler is the biggest dick on the planet, and this whole thing is like gaslighting us, and the cop is actually really like a hero, and like in more ways than just already being a police officer. But like, you know what I mean? Like, what if Scotty Scheffler ends up being this demonic fuck, and we look back on this years later,
it in his face
style? We're like, that Scotty Scheffler could never do that. You're just looking at his face though in the context of a mugshot.
I don't know. He just looks like someone who would fuck me without a condom and then not text me. To be honest.
Yeah, but you would have let him first.
It just stirred something up inside of me. I hate him. Now, I feel like
find the only Google image of Scotty Scheffler is now his mugshot. There's no way.
Okay. I'm back on board with him. When I see him in his polo shirt doing what he came here to do, it does something to me. I'm not gonna lie. Wait, but can I tell you how embarrassing it would be to be practicing your golf swing in a cell
before you? He was probably doing stretches. I don't know if that's.
Imagine that though, just doing like a golf swing in a jail cell.
So insane! What a wild story. Well, like before we leave the sports world, I want to
watch this drive.
Ooh, hey, I didn't even push that. That just played on my phone soundboard. That was crazy. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Now watch this drive. I didn't even mean, I think I like elbowed it.
Now watch this drive.
Hilarious. A guy heckled me with that this weekend. Not heckled, but like yelled it out.
He did.
It was awesome. Yeah. Do we have that other video now? The last video on the thing here? What is that? Oh, them running back to the...
That was his arrest. You talking...
Oh, the video of the arrest. No, I was talking about, I'm moving on. We don't need to watch the video of his arrest. I wanted to show you this video. It's Rick Tocchet, former Pittsburgh Penguin, amongst other hockey teams. And it's a day in the life. It made me feel, well, he's much younger than I am in this video, but at the end of the day, it made me feel good about just being a bachelor.
Okay.
Came back from practice and I have about an hour to kill here. I gotta make the old bachelor meal. This is the hockey player's staple meal, is the spaghetti. Gotta get the water boiling, which is
hockey players
pretty
just
simple.
Eat spaghetti.
Spaghetti sauce. That is very important to Rick Tocchet's meal. Jake Caulfield eats about 8 pounds of this a day. I like to break it in half myself.
So they eat like college students.
Gotta make sure you stir it.
That's right. So do I.
A tip from my mother, I must admit. This is a big secret of mine, is so you don't want it to boil over effect, you put a little olive oil in there.
Not his big secret being olive oil.
I hate watery spaghetti. And I hate watery sauce, too. So I like to read the paper.
Does this pause?
And wait, while you're waiting for the...
Now, say you went to this guy's apartment.
And he started reading the paper as the pasta was boiling.
Well, I mean, this is like 1992.
My underwear are off already. Not only can he read, but he's making me dinner.
That's Rick Tocchet, too. He's been punched in the face a lot. You can even see his face is like beat up. His
nose is broken.
Yeah. His nose is broken in the video right now. Yeah, because he used to beat the shit out of people and vice versa. I was just wondering, I mean, how many guys have you gone over to their apartment and they're like, you want spaghetti? Or like...
I've gone over to guys' houses and they made me spaghetti. I will say one of the best spaghetti I've ever had was at a guy's house.
Like this, though?
No. This guy downloaded a recipe from NYT, New York Times Cooking, and he made me a vodka sauce rigatoni.
Okay, yeah, Rick Tockett's not doing that.
It really stayed with me. I think about the rigatoni often.
How many years ago was this?
A few, okay.
Yeah,
like 3.
Oh, that's not that bad.
3 years
so
ago.
It's
the
really,
rigatoni really stayed with me.
I didn't know if this was like decades ago or...
No, but I think about the rigatoni often.
The rigatoni?
He made me rigatoni, dude, and I didn't think that I was a rigatoni girl until I had that experience. But listen, I like that Rick is not afraid to read the newspaper as he's cooking.
Well, that's what you did back then. They didn't have iPads. You know,
that looks so archaic. I remember
this looks like my life right now. I dream of a time. I guess now I have my phone or whatever. I'd be listening to like music or something. I mean, this is my life in the. If I lived as I do now in the 90s, this is me. You. Yeah, exactly, 100%. Maybe a little. Not really like I don't eat spaghetti every day, but.
Are you taking the newspaper with you to the bathroom during this time?
If I'm really enthralled, probably, but
I feel like my dad spent most of my childhood in the bathroom with the newspaper.
That's so funny. My father used to read God, what the hell was it called? It was a car magazine that used to get like you could pick it up anywhere and it just had listings of cars. What the fuck was Auto Trader?
He would read
Auto Trader magazine. My dad would have those in the bathroom all the time, and I remember like I would just pick it up and you just look at cars.
Like, well,
that's really something.
Now it's like you scroll your ex's.
That's so true. I was like, man, we really have done away, the periodical business. The whole point of it, I think, was the bathroom, a lot of it.
Yes.
And we really did away with that because now we have our phones or reading articles in our phones or looking at TikToks or whatever. But it used to just, God, man, how can you believe? I sound like you're not 85. How do you not feel 85 when you remember the differences? And then there's like a 21-year-old out there who's like, man, can you believe this? Look at these chuggy losers.
Chuggy. I mean,
chuggy losers.
Like when I was a kid, there were pamphlets and brochures. They're like, what?
I'm going down the nostalgia path, and I'm even going to start the news with nostalgia. Play the rest of Rick Tocchet, though. I want to hear it. It's just nice to watch.
Yeah, the spaghetti to boil. This is always an art trying to try it because it's hot, so you got to bounce around your hand with it.
He's testing it.
We're not ready yet. Now this sort of stuff drives my mom crazy. Instead of bringing the pot over here, I'll just do this. So I don't care if it drips. You know what I mean? Who cares? This is always an art trying not to spill this stuff. This is all done within 20 minutes. Got to have cheese. Definitely got to have cheese.
It's got a lot of toppings here.
Like this. So you can eat, you can read the sports page. Try it.
This is literally you.
Good, real good.
Except there to be a beer too.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the regular season. It's the daytime. That was wonderful, Rick Tocchet. God, what the hell? Can pull up the next video? I'm gonna Google what the hell Rick Tocchet's doing with. I think he's like the coach of somebody. He is the head coach of the Canucks. They're in the fucking... I can't believe I didn't know that. They're about to be in the... If they beat the Oilers, they're going to be in the Western Conference Finals. Congrats, Rick Tocchet. You're the fucking man. All right.
Rick Tocchet eating spaghetti. Do you think that's still his routine?
I wonder. I mean, he wears suits now and shit. I mean, Rick Tocchet is a G. One of my favorite hockey players from when I was a kid. Look at him now. Pull him up now. There he is behind the bench in his tie. The bald guy right there. It's the same guy. That's him like right now. There he is, the man who made spaghetti and was reading the newspaper. Now he's the head coach of the Vancouver Canucks. Trying to knock off the Edmonton Oilers. By the time this comes out, they probably either were eliminated or weren't. So, fuck me, right? I mean, I don't know. Anyhow. Let's get into the next video in the news here. I just stacked the news with some fun nostalgia things to kick it off. So it's not very much news as much as it is...
nostalgia? We love a little nostalgia.
Yes. The first one, do we have the roller rink one? All right, go ahead. Play that.
Hey, kid. Would you like some drugs? The first one is free.
Want to check out my van? I got some candy.
Hey, kid, want to join our gang and spray paint under a bridge?
No.
No! No! Bug off, man. I'm going roller skating.
Yeah. Remember roller rinks?
Bug off.
They can't say fuck off.
Addicted to roller skating, not crack.
No.
Because we roller skate today, we will go to college tomorrow. Prison is full of people that have never roller skated.
No.
I'm Brad Armstrong, owner of Roller Kingdom in Reno, Nevada, keeping your kids off the streets since 1999.
It worked on me.
I say no to drugs. I say no to gangs.
I say no to unplanned pregnancy.
I say no to meth.
I
It worked
say
for me.
yes to unplanned pregnancy at this point.
When I saw that commercial, I straight up said, I think roller rinks kept me square the whole time I was a kid.
Roller rinks saved us?
Because I went on, because when I was coming up, roller blading was the big thing.
Oh, yeah, I had blades. I wasn't a fucking loser. I got
Right.
blades.
Well, I think rollers, but now I bet you'd skate.
Skate?
I think that's more your aesthetic, the skates.
Yeah, a cuter aesthetic. for
Yes,
sure.
exactly. Back then it was a dorky one.
But my parents used to embarrass me because I get invited to roller skating parties and everyone would have no helmet. And my parents were like, you need a helmet. And I was like, everyone in my class doesn't have a helmet on.
It wasn't cool to wear the helmet.
I locked myself in the bathroom and I wouldn't come out and I was crying. And my parents were like, you're not allowed to go unless you wear a helmet because you're clumsy already. And then they had me in a helmet, wrist guards, knee pads,
Oh, my Lord,
elbow
Sarah.
pads. It was
Jesus.
embarrassing and humiliating. So what it did for me was just humiliated me and made me turn to drugs.
Oh, that's interesting.
No. I just unlocked that right now.
That's interesting. That's a good point. Because I was thinking when I was a child, I went to many roller skating parties too. Do they still do roller skating parties? I don't know. The kids today.
There used to be this place that I went to called Skateland in Northridge.
Right.
I don't think it exists anymore.
I forget what the hell the place was called. It was like the Transit Roller Rink or something like that. But we used to have them like once a month.
Oh
It was
my
like,
God.
There was one girl that all the guys liked in the class.
Yeah.
And she would be like it would be like the front of a flock of birds in a flying V. Like she would skate and all the boys would just be like in this trail behind her, like it's the back of a comet. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like
so funny.
with all the dust, all the guys would just be skating behind her in this tail. What is that?
I am shooketh because where I spent my childhood at the skating rink in the valley, Skateland has now been converted into a homeless shelter.
Is that what it is right there?
Yes, that's what it's saying.
Look up mine now. Transit Roller Rink. It was behind the Eastern Hills Mall. And it also
Yours better be a homeless shelter too.
It probably is, or it's been bulldozed, or it's just a place where homeless people are now occupied.
Was it in Buffalo? What was it?
It was on Transit Road. It was. I thought it would Transit Road or type in Buffalo. Yeah, with it. Transit Roller Rink Buffalo.
It's called the Depew Roller Rink.
No, that's not it. It's Eastern Hills, the one beneath it. There you go.
Is it still open? Dude, that looks old.
It was old.
We are fucking old. My roller rink is a homeless shelter, and yours looks like it's from 1952.
That's it right there. What is it now? Does it say? I mean, that is an old picture, I think, too, and
This
it looks old.
website is Forgotten Roller Rinks of the Past.
No! I guess I should start thinking about where I want to spend the end of my life.
What does it say? Does it give me some facts? Does it say it's like open still, or
This says it was.
that picture is old too? Think about
Listen,
this.
it closed in 2012 for summer vacation and never reopened. They took the summer off.
in 2012, but that picture looks old. Like, look at the car in the picture.
Yeah.
That's an old ass
That's
picture.
a fossil, dude.
The building looks old in the old picture. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I can't believe that. And I also can't believe that the one I used to go to was a homeless shelter. Are there any roller rinks? Oh, yeah, there is. There's one at Moonlight Roller Ray in Burbank. That one exists still. And
that's all a bunch of old people doing it. Like it's like going to a disco.
It's like young people. And there's different vibes every night. Like they have gay night. All the gays come out and roller skate.
But it's adults. Can you drink while you roller skate? Like, because they do it leisurely, you just have a beer out there. I bet if there's spills, though, they can't have drinks out there.
I feel like you can't drink on the rink.
Yeah, that's true. Just doing laps out there.
Should we go roller skating?
I don't want to.
Why? Why did you have such a... It was an instant and negative response. It
No,
was
because
like,
I don't want to do it as an adult. It's as a kid, it was a different thing. I don't even know what we were doing, really. We were just skating in circles to All for One, and I swear.
That sounds amazing. If we did that with a bunch of comedians.
Actually, it does sound cool if we did it on mushrooms.
We're going to have a rollerway night.
Yeah, I can't roller skate, though. I got to get a blade.
You're a blade guy?
Yeah, I was always blades. I never once had a skate.
Well, you can learn how to skate.
It seems weird with the 4 wheels. I just feel like a blade would be more...
Do you have blades?
Oh my God. So like the last time I had blades, I don't know why, I just had a hankering for some blading. And I went and I bought hockey ones, like the street hockey roller blades, the Bauer ones. They look so cool. They look like, but they're not for like the bike path necessarily. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they're a little harder to like stop and like all that kind of stuff. And like, you have to really like kind of be pretty great at rollerblading to wear, because they don't have like the brakes on them or anything like that.
They have no brake on them? So how do you stop? You like move your foot. You got
like professional racing rollerblades?
No, they were street hockey rollerblades. Pull up the Bauer rollerblades. Not those. They were like the hockey ones. They just look like hockey skates.
When did you have these?
So yeah, I was 20. Man, I can't see which one. Oh, it was the one in the top row. Not the yellow wheels, not the one next to it, the one there. Yeah, I think that's it. Yes. I had these when I was in my like mid-20s. And I kept them in the trunk of my car, and I'd pull them out every now and then and just fuck around with them. And
why
they looked really cool.
Doing it again?
They looked really cool with bootcut jeans.
Not your bootcut jeans and
blades. Yeah, because you could put bootcut jeans over them, so it just like they were under your jeans.
So they're all casual. You're like, is that a blade?
Exactly.
Or is that a shoe? Oh no, it's a blade. This guy fucks.
Exactly.
I like.
Why don't I start doing it again? Because I'm almost 40 years old, and if I fall and break something, it will be life altering.
I'm in denial.
These people who go out and
12,
play like,
dude, in my heart, I'm forever 12.
Ian Finance talking to me, he's like, I started skateboarding, and I'm like, what? Are you insane? These people, I go
well, yeah, but he's sober.
I guess he needs something.
Dude. You need a little adrenaline. You got to go down a ramp. You pay the price one way or another, sweetie. Either by injury or rehab. So
call me a fucking pussy. I don't care. I don't want to break something or tear something and have the waning days of my life be affected that brutally.
Can you stop saying the waning days of your life? You sound like someone on fucking hospice, Potter.
All right, pull up the next video. This'll cheer you up.
You got at least another 40 on this earth.
This'll cheer you up. Remember Chuck E. Cheese? They don't. These are shutting down too. The kids are shutting this down. They're not going to Chuck E. Cheese anymore, I don't believe. Same with I think Red Lobster closed. That was my Chuck E. Cheese. Red Lobster shut down. We can't get those Cheddar Bay
pinched.
What are we gonna do without the Cheddar Bay biscuits in our lives?
Cry?
Are they gonna still put them in grocery stores? I think that's how Red Lobster can survive, is basing their new model off Cheddar Bay biscuits in grocery stores on a higher level.
But remember, they lost all the money from Endless Shrimp. That's what I heard
know.
online.
The company with the Endless Shrimp, they were like,
we're losing money.
Yeah. People were eating a lot of shrimp. This is good. It'll replenish the oceans a little bit. We don't need to be. We were really running out of shrimp, I think.
Shrimp are like cockroaches.
I don't like shrimp either. They're like, even lobsters, I get creeped out when I see like the whole thing. I've said it time and time again, I'm not performing an autopsy on this animal.
We did it on this bitch.
I know. I kept my blindfold on. I couldn't watch that.
But then you ate it and it was kind of good.
Yeah, I can eat lobster when it's like in mac and cheese or like a tail or whatever on a platter, like next to a steak.
With some butter.
When they just put the thing on top of you and you have to be like and trying to fucking
like a
crack
chiropractor?
crack its exoskeleton.
A lobster chiropractor.
I just get a little creeped out. Like I feel like a fucking serial killer when I'm cracking lobsters open and shit.
I got pinched at Chuck E. Cheese.
And I'm not picky. You got pinched?
By this mean older girl because I was in line at skee ball. And she came behind me and she wanted to go and she pinched me. And then my mom yelled at a stranger's child.
Girls
and it really stayed with me because I was like, Mom, you can't yell at her. And she's like, well, she can't pinch you at Chuck E. Cheese. It's your turn. And it was like, so I'm scarred for life. I can't wait to call her and talk to her about this after.
You give pinching war vibes. Like you had,
little squirts in my way. I'll just pinch her.
That wasn't your first pinching excursion and like when you were a child was it? Girls did that shit all the time.
Pinch? No,
Yeah.
she pinched me hard on the back of my arm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, she was abusing me because she wanted to play skee ball.
That's
So I'm glad Chuck E. Cheese is closing.
That's wild. Well, let's see. This is a training video, which I love the training video.
Is he a rat? Is Chuck E.
Yeah,
Cheese?
Chuck E. Cheese is a mouse.
Ugh.
What do you think he loves the cheese for?
Yeah.
He's a mouse that plays like piano or something. All right, go ahead.
Or tuck it into your t-shirt for comfort during a performance.
No.
And a headband will also help cushion your head and keep sweat from running into your eyes. Warm up before you begin your magic as Chuck E. Cheese.
Not the warm-up.
Do several simple
Looks like
stretch
Scotty Scheffler in that
exercises to
jail
loosen
cell.
your neck, back, and leg muscles.
Neck back.
Doing this will help in preventing unnecessary injuries. It is extremely important to keep in the best physical shape possible at all times.
I don't think I
Not
can
only
make it
will
as
you
a Chuck E.
feel good,
Cheese.
but you will be able to give the best performance as well.
I'm getting hyped.
Remember to eat well and always drink plenty of fluids between performances.
Wow. I mean, being the Chuck E. Cheese guy is like being a fucking athlete. Yeah, that's crazy.
Gatorade. They had the Gatorade. It's like he's going to need to heal and make more electrolytes or something. Like, what's happening?
Have you ever been in one of those things?
A mascot outfit?
Yeah.
No, but I really wanted to work at Disneyland when I was in college, and I lived really close to Disneyland. But the audition process was really intense. Like, I had friends that would audition to be characters at Disneyland, and you had to do basic dance, and I was like, I'm out.
Basic dance.
So yeah, like light ballet, like for the parades and stuff. If you're like a princess, you have to be able to,
Yeah, they have to
point
be like
your toes.
Main Street, USA.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I had a friend that was Goofy at Disneyland in college, and he would just get wasted and just go.
Yeah, because he could be like,
Yeah. He was perfect to play Goofy. Yeah.
I can only do those two.
I will say I went to
I
Universal.
can't actually talk like them. I can just do their.
That was good.
Thank you.
I knew exactly what you were doing.
I know.
I went to Universal and I saw Lisa Simpson, and I got really excited. Almost more excited than I got when I was at Disneyland.
Did you take a picture?
I didn't because the line was so long.
Oh, I see.
And I was like, I'm an adult woman.
And there were children in it?
I'm 37. I'm not about to wait for an hour to take a photo with Lisa Simpson. If everyone else would have been down, I would have.
When I was a kid, not a kid, I was like a teenager, I guess. And my father worked for Old Country Buffet.
Yeah.
And there they had the OCB, which was a bumblebee costume. And so my dad would like have me wear it at like some stupid event. And my mom like kind of worked a little bit like with these events too. So like my mom would be like really like she wasn't like the Chuck E. Cheese thing where she's like, you got to work out or whatever. But she was like, now kids, they think you're really a bee. So you have to like, she would yell at me. She would like, don't take your head off in front of the kids.
No.
And I was like, I won't. She was like, no. If a kid sees you take your head off, you will traumatize them.
No.
And then she told me a story. She said, I watched a kid. One time, some idiot hung this costume up in the office and left the door open. And I watched a kid see it. That kid probably thinks the bee's skin is on the wall.
No, she didn't.
She swear to God, my mom lectured me with this speech about
not the skin on the wall.
I go, I don't know if he thought that. He probably just didn't notice what it was at all. And she was like, no, you can't risk it.
That's so funny. I had my 5th grade party. No, when I turned 5, I wasn't in 5th grade. I turned 5. My 5-year-old birthday party, my parents brought the Easter bunny because my birthday was right around Easter. And my cousin unzipped the Easter bunny and she was naked under there and she was screaming. And my cousin was like, I told you it was a costume. It ruined my whole birthday. So your mom might be onto something.
Well, I forgot. I was the Easter bunny one time. Can you pull it up on YouTube? Type in Josh Potter Easter bunny. It might be Shred and Reagan Easter bunny, but type in Josh Potter Easter bunny. It's a very quick video.
You were dressed as the Easter bunny?
I was. My funniest moment wasn't even on video, unfortunately. Check on YouTube. Hit YouTube link there. There.
That's you?
That's me. What year was this?
On the Shred and Reagan show.
17 years ago.
Maybe the Easter bunny?
No.
Here comes Peter Cottontail.
This is haunted, by the way.
Bunny can get some money to buy a 40. You know where the Easter Bunny can get some money to buy a 40?
It's my idea of humor back at 17 years ago. I don't like how I pulled the kid toward me more. That was bad. Bad look on my part. Kids just mobbed me.
The song?
It's old enough. I don't think we'll get copyright strike, but we might have to mute it.
The face of this fucking bunny?
Crazy kids, huh? Gotta love them.
I have a hard time hearing it. So
I said the kids, you gotta love them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be better if I was drunk, though.
You didn't disagree. That wasn't even that. That was the only part I could salvage out of a video. Oh my God, there's my headshot back then. There's me.
Oh my God, who is that? That's fucking crazy, dude.
Anyhow, that was my idea of humor back then. But the best part about that one that we didn't get it on video, or I was cutting all that shit up. I used to edit video. Can you believe that, folks? Holy hell. Now I can't even push the buttons on this fucking machine over here. And I don't even, it's all confined. But we used to do it on like Windows Movie. I used to just have a video camera with a tape in it. There was an actual tape in the video camera. And I'd have to dump it in. So, I mean, that was 17 years ago. But, so the best part though was I went up to a woman and she had bought, this is by the way, the Broadway market where it's like very Polish Easter shit. Like they're buying sausage, they're buying butter lambs, they're buying, shit for Dingus Day. Easter's a big deal in the Polish community.
What the fuck is Dingus Day?
It's a Polish thing. But so a woman bought a bunch of sausage, like Polish sausage, and it's that round shit, like this in a bag.
Uh-huh.
And I went up to her and I was like, "Can I hold your sausage?" And then and then she's like, "Hold my sausage, all right." And then she like let me hold it, and I go, "Now you hold it."
No.
That was like the laughs I got on that one in the room.
Can I hold your sausage?
Oh, that was my shining moment in that bit that we didn't get on. What are you looking up here? Dingus Day.
I was looking up what Dingus Day was.
Oh, you guys don't know what Dingus Day is? I don't know the significance of it, but it's the day after Easter, and it's a bunch of Polish shit, and you squirt women with squirt guns, and they hit you with pussy willows or some horseshit. Maybe the other way around. I don't know. Wait. I'm not Polish.
Squirt guns and pussy willows?
It says the custom of pouring water is an ancient spring rite of cleansing, purification, and fertility.
Someone bathe me in water. I'm trying to get pregnant. Anyways, did we miss Dingus Day?
Yeah, it's the day after Easter.
Fuck.
It's 4/21.
It sounds like it's like a day for dumb people. It's Dingus Day.
Dingus sounds like a slur.
Dumb people go.
Well, it is. Now, if I made
dingus,
I want you all to know my restraint there, because I used to make Polish jokes in the past, and the Poles will come for you.
Will they?
Oh yes, if you do the old like the Polish screen door or whatever, the screen door in a submarine. I don't know. All the little things like that. The Poles come for you. They were trying to cancel me on the radio at one point. Before cancel culture was about. They were like, this guy, because I would make like a dumb Polak joke or something, even saying that word. But they make their holidays Dingus Day. I mean, what do you want from me? Yeah, I thought the Polish people were the people I could like safely make fun of. Turns out they're worse than every other group out
You're
there.
You're better off making fun of trans than the
Yes,
Poles.
Exactly. I'll come for the trans all day long before I ever come for the Poles again. I'll tell you that. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Well, I don't think we have time to talk about Diddy.
Who does?
Who does have time? He's not. I mean, Scotty Scheffler was put into. If you don't think that we've made progress in this world, Scotty Scheffler was put into a orange jumpsuit on his way to Valhalla golf course, and Diddy is, being accused of many, many high crimes, and just posting on Instagram like, I was a different person.
I know. He didn't even really seem that sorry.
So I feel like we've made some progress in that way, shape or form. Is there anything else we should discuss before I get out of here? I think we're good. I think we did a great job.
I do too.
I'm sorry that I went back into the past a bit. I like these. I went down a nostalgia tear.
I like that.
I did too. It vibed well with the feeling I have of just becoming decrepit.
No, not ending on the feeling you have of just becoming decrepit. Anyways, we're all in the process of decay. You go out and make it your day.
I just wanted to really hammer home the point that I love Chicago.
Yes.
I'd like to live there someday when I'm old and gray. Is that better? Is that a better way to put it?
Yes, someday.
Not, whatever. Someday, exactly. I did say that before, but whatever.
You said you want to spend the end of your life in Chicago, and
that's someday, isn't it? I didn't say it was happening tomorrow.
I'm tripping out about my own mortality suddenly.
Well, I'm sorry I did that to you and all the folks at home this week.
Go home, have a beer. Life is short.
Yeah, I'm going to have a few myself.
Go fuck this day in the ass.
Pleased to be telling us where the folks can find you and plug all the things you need to plug.
At Princess Shank on Instagram. You can find me every Monday on This Bitch Podcast and every Wednesday on Shank Podcast. And I post all my dates at Princess Shank. You can find my dates in the link tree in my Instagram. Thank you.
Oh boy, and of course you can come see me out on the road. I'm going to be in Washington, D.C. next on May 30th and at the D.C. Improv. And then on May 31st, I'm going to be at the Emmaus Theater with Tim Butterly. That's in Emmaus, Pennsylvania. Go to thejoshpotter.com. Get tickets, please. Or you can just click the link in the bio. There's the links in the bio. I forget about that every time. But check out the website. Sign up for the email thing if you want me to come to your neck of the woods. All it does is tell you when I'm doing that. It's not going to tell you anything else. Maybe it'll let you know if a new merch thing drops or something. But either way, thejoshpotter.com. Go there, check it out. And joshpottershow@gmail.com is where you can send in your articles. Thank you to all the Roach reporters out there. You filleth my cup. We'll see you next week. We got Sophie Buttle here next time. I love you very much. Have a good one, folks.
Bye.
Coming to you live and direct with the Roach. We shotgun the beers, ain't got time for a toast. It's the only place I get my sports like for real, son. He taught us nobody's more sus than Russell Wilson.
Here's the deal, son. Won't find us in Walmart. Josh Potter keep it frank, kinda like a ballpark. It wasn't nothing talking all that jism. Turns out there's a lot of semen terrorism.
Now it's time we hit him. Bringing Votto to the plate. Roachy, your wards with Chase O'Donnell the Great. Let me stop for a second, cause it's Ask Marty time. Cause it's idiocy, you know I cannot abide.
Not a fan of these guys, gonna damage the rise. Worse than the host known as the Roach. Leave an idiot woman standing on the side or looking like she just tripped into a moat.
I'ma kill this Henny beat like murder. Been in more studios than most have ever heard. I'm pleased to be listening. Hit that like and subscribe. So many bills, hats got the mafia vibe.
A lot to describe like a Roach reporter. Teacher on OF, don't report her. Trying to live life with my mannequin wife and my mannequin kids if that's my mannequin right.
Been a fan of this guy since a Roach Motel. Couple 100 weeks in, still funny as hell. From the tit cups to back sis and blind eyes, Potter has one of the best shows of all time.
Now watch this drive. Pop a couple tall cans with the Roach King and caught the vibe. Ready to pour more, scurry out the floorboards, hit like, comment, and subscribe. Beep, 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 beep.